So, I had a pretty up and down day today. Today I started off pretty well. Then I got into a mountain over a molehill argument with Dad, which kind of happens frequently, depending sometimes. I don't know. It's one of those cases where your parent kind of wants to be right, and you're just kind of like one of those kids that's like, well, maybe you can be wrong sometimes, but it doesn't matter anymore. And I got into an argument about it with my brother, and well, let's just say that we kind of feel better about it because we kind of screamed at each other. And I mean, we're not exactly a perfect family, but I mean, who is? And basically, what happened after that is we calm down, we chill out. I had to go ahead and tell my boyfriend, who was worried the entire time because just my brother Justice got him involved. That everything's fine, and my brother had to tell him everything's fine, and finally, things finally calmed down. Door opened. Cat wanted in. And for some reason I kind of this is going to be weird to say here, but because this is basically a nerd channel, or I'm working on moving that up to a nerd channel, but I only don't have a whole lot of followers, so but I do plan on being honest on in this video in particular. But for whatever reason, I kind of felt it. Sergi, no, no, not right now. Why are you so stubborn? Alright, fine. You wanted to come up on my lap? Go ahead. Annoying cat. Here, you want to see her face? Oh, she's camera shy now. There she is. But Sergi, you're doing this my way. Anyway, this is taking too long, but I kind of felt like coming out of the closet to my dad. Now, I'm not gay or anything, but I am bisexual. I have dated girls in the past, just like I have dated guys in the past, and I have felt attraction to both sexes and genders, because in this day and age, those matter now. But I just had a strong urge to do that. So I told my brother I was gonna do that. And he told me not to because they were watching a war movie right now, so it would be rude to go ahead and do that while they were watching a movie. And then it was time to go watch TV, so we watched TV, and then a charity commercial came up for homeless LGBT teens came up, and Dad and Justice were talking about it, and I'm like, yeah, some parents do kick out to their kids when they find out they're LGBT. And Dad's like, well, not every parent is perfect. And I'm like, yeah, speaking of which, how would you feel if I told you that I was bisexual? And he's like, I wouldn't care. I would still love you regardless. And that was kind of funny. Hold on, I gotta close the door. I think my brother's still awake. No, Sergi, you don't have to leave. Well, now you have to leave. She left. Because, years ago when I was 15, I, came out of the closet as bisexual to my mom, and I expected her to be really supportive because her and I would talk about, you know, full dis- full disclosure, cats opening the door about everything. And you know, we we talk about sex. She'd tell me about her personal hookups. I'm gonna close that door. She'd tell me about her personal hookups, and I tell her about my personal hookups. So one day I felt like it wouldn't hurt if I told her I was bi because I felt like we had that kind of connection. I could tell her anything and everything. So my mom and I, we were gardening, and I told her I'm bi, and she gasped and said, "No, you're not, and don't tell your father." And and she kind of did this thing to me where that parents kind of always like like whenever you're in trouble, it's like you want me to go get your mom, or you want me to get you want me to get your dad, in case it's like they want to make you feel like you think I'm in trouble. Wait until I get this other parent because I know how intimidated you feel by the other parent. Well, it's kind of like that. And my dad is a religious, conservative, military man. And him and I had our ups and downs. We had our fights. So coming out to him was a huge deal for me. And I even talked to him a handful of times. How would you feel if one of us was gay, or if one of us was bi, or if one of us was something that, was outside of the box or outside of the cookie cutter mold? And, he always said he wouldn't care, but I always felt like, there was this niggling thought in the back of my head, that door, that maybe he would care. Yeah, that's Sargy again. She's being annoying. But after what happened today, I just decided to give him a chance. I decided to talk to him. Well, or like just drop a bombshell on him, more or less. And he said, I honestly don't care. I love you regardless. And we kind of had our talk. I was crying and I was shaking because I didn't see it coming. But he says that, from his personal standpoint, he's not going to support my sexuality, but he is going to love me, and he is going to love me as his daughter, and, care about me and support me and all that. He's just not going to, condone my sexuality, which, fair enough. And, personally, this whole time, I thought he always hated me. I thought he always didn't support me or something. Because, whenever, like, I told him something he kind of didn't like, or, something that new to him, he kind of always got this almost disappointed air about him. And maybe it was my imagination, or maybe it was just, something, he wasn't ready to hear yet. And, but Dad was totally chill with me coming out of the closet to him and hearing that his daughter was bisexual. And I couldn't be happier. My mom told me not to tell him I was bisexual, but she couldn't have been more wrong because my dad couldn't have loved me any more differently. And if there's a message behind this, I don't know what it is. I've seen a handful of coming out videos to people coming out of the closet to religious, conservative, supposedly close minded parents and having nothing but love and support from their parents. And just as much as I've seen videos from kids coming out of the closet and having the opposite reaction, and having a 50-50 chance from me telling someone I thought was going to support me and telling someone I thought wasn't going to support me, I guess you never know. It, it's just, it's going to be as shocking and scary and surprising no matter what happens. And whenever you're ready, you know, just be sure you have a support group ready for you. Because I have my friends and my boyfriend and my brother, God bless his soul, for putting up with my bullshit. And now I have my dad. So that's all I gotta say. Keep reading.